I've got 5 tips to help you become financially responsible with your credit cards. Credit card debt is debilitating, and it's extremely hard to get a handle of and paid off if you're constantly paying those really high interest rates. So once you get that credit card paid off, and well, even if you haven't, but here are some 5 things that I think can make a huge difference in still being able to spend money with credit cards, but pay them off every month and keep track of all of that kinds of spending. My first tip is add all of your credit card accounts into mint.com or whatever account or app or service you're using. The important thing is you want to bring all of your spending transactions into one place so that you can see them. That way, there's no surprises. You can add them into your budget categories and make sure that you're not overspending with the money that you make from your paycheck every month. Having everything come into one place has probably been the best thing that I have ever done for myself in just tracking spending and knowing where my money is going. Only sign up for credit cards at the places you shop for the most. Okay. For example, a lot of places are going to offer their own credit cards, save 10% today when you sign up. Okay, there's a lot of that going on. But only get the credit cards where it makes the most sense. For example, for me, I really like to shop at Costco. I like it. I like their stuff. I think the food's great. Whatever. Okay. I have their credit card. I get reward points every time I shop at Costco. It just makes sense for me. Okay. But for that one time that I go down to Macy's department store, I'm not going to sign up for the Macy's card just because I'm looking to possibly save 10% that one transaction. Doesn't make sense. I don't shop at Macy's all the time. Why would I do that? Okay. However, I do like to travel, and a lot of the times I'm going to fly on Southwest. I feel like they got good rates. More importantly, I think their rewards program is very flexible, and I love that about Southwest. So, believe it or not, I have their credit card. I fly with Southwest a lot. It just makes sense for me to have their credit card and get reward points with them. Otherwise, I'm not going to sign up with American Airlines or JetBlue. I don't fly them, so I'm not going to get their credit card. Okay? So get credit cards where you shop the most so that you can get the rewards and take advantage of their reward system there. But it's not worth it for places you only go once or twice a year. This next tip is don't ask for a credit limit increase if you don't need it. And this tip is mostly because if you're always struggling to max out your credit line, if you're in debt, don't give yourself some more leeway in that area. Not worth it. More than likely, whatever credit limit you do qualify for is well within what you could reasonably pay for or spend in any given month with your budget. So don't ask for a credit increase. When you do, so you know, they will hard pull your credit again to see if you qualify for additional credit, a credit line. Okay, that hurts your credit score. Okay, so just be cognizant of that. Don't ask for it. They will pull your credit, and just work with what you have. Now, with that said, I just found this out a few weeks ago that if you have several credit cards with the same bank, for example, my Southwest card, my Amazon Prime card, and I have another Chase Sapphire card. All those credit cards are with Chase Bank, and they all have different credit limits. And one of them in particular, I was trying to buy something really, really, really expensive, and because I wanted all the points, really. But anyways, that aside, I called the bank, and they were able to allocate different credit limits from my card. So my Chase Sapphire card had a huge, huge limit, and rather than apply or get a hard credit pull to see if I could get additional credit, all they did is they took some money from my some credit from one card and applied it to the other one, and that was so awesome. So If you absolutely have to have a credit increase and you have multiple cards with the same bank, ask them if they can allocate some of that credit line from one card to another, kind of spread it out a little bit. So that's something I did, and I didn't know it was possible. So take a look into it. Otherwise, don't give yourself more spending room if it's a struggle you have and you're trying to get out of credit card debt. Don't give yourself more room. Have a plan to pay off really big purchases before you buy them. Meaning, our budget can only handle so much every month, but some of the things we buy are just, they'd explode our budget. It would not explode, it would tank it. Like, we would just be done for if we bought something really big and didn't have a way to pay it off with the money that we make every month. So before you go and make that purchase, make sure that you have a plan and that you know 100% where the money is going to come from for really big purchases. Big purchases, to me, are things that don't fit in a budget typically, especially my budget. So that could be buying a new cell phone, buying an iPad, buying anything, a new TV, a bed. Okay, those are really big and expensive purchases that I can promise you do not fit within my budget every month. So before I buy anything like that, I will make sure I have a solid plan and know how long it's going to take for me to get the money and when I'll have the money. So when I make that purchase, all I have to do is go down to my bank, deposit that extra cash that I have, and I can pay off my credit card for the month. So I do not buy anything unless I have money in hand. So that's really important if you're trying to avoid credit card debt, get out of credit card debt, is anything that you buy, you have to have money in hand. So to summarize everything else I said, if you pull all of your credit card accounts into some budgeting app like mint.com, you can see everything there and you can categorize it into your budget categories so that money you make from your paycheck is enough money to pay off your credit card every month. And that summarized pretty much my last tip too, is pay off your credit card every single month. It's really important. One, you'll avoid interest fees like nobody's business. And you get the advantages of all those credit card rewards. You get points for spending money. You get money back for spending money. Now, it's not the exact amount of money that you spent to get those points, but it is a little something. I like getting reward points because sometimes I could go and do things without spending money. Like flying on Southwest and having their credit card. Why not? Sometimes I have flown to the other side of the country for free just using my Southwest points. Nice. I bought a lot of things on Amazon because of my Amazon Prime rewards. It's like, well, I don't have money for it now. It'd be nice to have it, and I don't have a plan for my Amazon reward points. So I cash them out. Okay, it's really nice to have that, but it's not nice having credit card debt and paying interest on it. Okay, and a lot of credit cards actually won't pay out reward points until payment has been made on what you've spent. So keep that in mind. Hopefully this helps, and more importantly, I hope it reinforces everything that you've learned, you're trying to do, and would like to do with your credit cards. So